What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is DJ from the DJ Gaming Channel, and this is going to be a Let's Play for the Portal 2 mod, Thinking with Time Machines. Now, on this new mod they've introduced a new concept, which I think is pretty cool, and I think it may lead to the next Portal, to Portal 3 or Portal 2.5 or whatever you want to call the next one. It'll be something cool because this game was pretty cool. Now, one thing I noticed about this game is you can be stuck in this game. Unlike the other Portals, like when you got stuck, either GLaDOS would come out and like port you back to where you need to be, or the game would just it always have a way out. This game you can get stuck and you end up having to reload this last save, which I didn't like too much, but you can deal with it because it saves quite a lot. You're going to be working with the time device that I just picked up. If you're running with a Xbox controller like I am on this game, up on the D-pad is record button, left D-pad is the stop recording button, and right D-pad is the playback recording button. That's just if you're getting confused and you don't have the correct controls, because I don't think it's listed anywhere. Now, there are a few glitches in this game that I've noticed, but you know, they're not too bad. You can get past them. Like when I first started playing it, I couldn't do the record for some reason. Like none of the recording buttons or anything like that would work. And how I got past that was I just pressed the button on the keyboard and it finally activated, and then it worked on the controller after that. And one thing you want to remember is everything you're going to do is it can also happen on the time machine mod or thing. So what you're going to do, say to get up to one of these things, is you're going to duck down, record yourself ducking down, and then jump up and still recording, and then jump on top of yourself after you start playing back the recording, and it'll allow you to jump up higher, which is pretty ingenious, I'd say. The developers for this were pretty smart, and I don't know if they got it from somebody, but it was pretty cool. I'm not really sure how long the recording lasts. It seems to be able to last a long time. I'm not sure exactly how long, but you know, I've let it go for almost a minute, I think, and it's still recorded the entire thing. So I'm not really sure when it stops. Maybe it just relies on your computer's memory. I don't know. You may see a few of the glitching around sometimes when I'm playing this. You see like the screen all of a sudden jump a little bit. That's because the parts where I messed up, I didn't really put in here, because a lot of parts I messed up or just didn't get for a long time. So recording it was really no point to it. I'm sure you didn't want to see me sit around for an hour trying to figure out how to do the next part. So I just recorded the parts where I completed the puzzle, so you guys can see how to get through it. If you don't care about spoilers, then this would be a good video for you to watch just to get through it quick as possible. I really wish I really hope they come out with a new, or some more puzzles for this, or get some more mods made with the time machine stuff. And I hope they even create a new game, because I can't wait for Portal 3. I don't know about you guys, but Portal 2 was awesome, Portal 1 was awesome, and they're always really innovative, and the company is really, you know, they really do their work when it comes to doing this type of game. Now if you see it cut out just now with this, and that's because this game shut down for no reason. It just does that sometimes. I think it does it twice the entire time. So the game shut down and I started back up. It started back off where I had it saved, which was anytime you enter a doorway, anything like that, or do something new, it saves it. So you ain't really got much to worry about when it saves it. Some other things you want to try if you can't start up your game, do what I did. I ran it as an admin. Recheck your files. Make sure you're not running in beta mode, like beta tester mode or whatever, on Portal 2, because that'll really, for some reason, it doesn't play like that. Maybe they've updated by now, but this was a couple days ago, so that it was happening. They did one update and it was still doing some of the glitches, and it didn't mention in the patch notes that they fixed it, so I don't think it's still fixed. These first little puzzles, like this one right here, it wasn't that hard. You just gotta put yourself in a mind state. It's like as soon as you figure out how to record yourself and do stuff with that, then it gets really easy. For the first few puzzles that you do, it's pretty simple. But as it gets to the higher levels, it'll get way, way harder. I know one of them I tried for a straight, I think, hour before I finally got it. It was just really, really hard. I think it was like level 8 that I had to keep retrying. I couldn't figure out what to do next. This part right here was a little confusing because I couldn't figure out where to go after this. Because when this happens, then a big ship, the Borealis, comes in, which I thought was pretty cool and nostalgic. The fact that the Borealis was in here, just like in the Portal 2 game. For those of you who don't know, it's from the Half-Life game, the ship that was lost. As you see right here, you can see the robots. They're talking about how you kidnapped Shell, and basically that's what happens is whenever the game starts, you think you're out, and then you realize it was all an illusion, and they actually were still trapping you, and they wanted you to keep testing. And it wasn't GLaDOS this time, it was the 2 robots, because they didn't want to do any more tests, because they were dying a lot. Can't get through this door right here until they quit talking. It's just part of the game. It's just like a sequence that you gotta wait on. Now this thing right here, it was a little glitchy, like clicking the keyboard. And when I saw the video, I assumed that I was going to be doing something with GLaDOS at this point, and because I saw the ladders fall down, so I was thinking I would have to stand up on the ladder and like do something with GLaDOS originally. But that's not the case. You just grab this piece of paper and then hit this button over here, and it'll open the door. And I had to hit it a few times because it was like glitched or something. I don't know, but I think I hit it 3 times. And that's the end of that puzzle. It's actually pretty easy if you know how to get through it, but if you're brand new to it, then you'd be hunting what to do for like the next 20 minutes probably. As with every other Portal game, it's always the simplest thing that you never look at. Another thing that was throwing me off is the little square pad. It was really screwing with me. I also cut off the loading screens, by the way, guys, just for you, so you won't have to watch the loading. I just cut it straight away to the next scene. Hopefully you'll enjoy that. I really like how the squares are created now, like the companion cube and the laser cube. I'm not sure what this one's called. It's called I think it's called the laser redirectional cube or something like that. But I really like how they create them now in a sequence. Like they're building it up. Pretty cool. This part right here is a little glitchy because you can see me walk through the wall a little bit. My leg bends backwards for some weird reason, and then you can see her sticking through the wall when I jump through it. It's a little weird when you're looking at it because you can't really see inside, or you can't see yourself or see the recorder. This whole concept of handing yourself a box is pretty cool. Like, you'll be using that quite a bit in this. I call it an expansion because it's worth to be called an expansion. I think you can't really call it a mod because it's in a whole entire game, or a new game that they've created outside of Portal 2, and it is Portal 2, so basically an addition to it, so I call it an expansion. Because they did expand the idea of Portal 2, even though mods do the same thing. Mods are a little bit different because they can be, I don't know, the action can be duplicated in Portal 2 game. They actually had to create a whole game outside this, or a whole new file outside this. Now before I played this, I also played the mod for the Time Machine for Portal 2, and it was also pretty good. I didn't really get through it, but it was still pretty good. Like, I didn't get through it all the way. When I found out this existed, I was actually on the wrong thing. Somebody told me about the Portal 2 mod, or the Portal 2 edition. It's called something Time Machine. Looked it up in the toolbox and downloaded the wrong one at first. So, honest mistake. It was still pretty good though. I tried it. This whole thing right here where you gotta lift yourself up is also pretty cool, I thought. At some points in this particular puzzle, you have to lift yourself up by jumping on yourself's back and then jump up in the air and then hit the button. And then you have to hand yourself a bunch of cubes, which is pretty crazy. They haven't quite got down the jumping on your back thing because when you jump on your own back, you can't get off your back sometimes. It's really weird. You can't move or anything. All you can do is look down and spin until you turn off the recording or until it goes off. But it's still a pretty good effect, and as soon as they work out, it'll be good. And that was the gameplay for part 1 of Portal 2 Thinking with Time Machines. Tune in to the next one. That'll be the rest of the video. It'll be part 2, and I'll be uploading it shortly. If you like my videos, favorite, rate, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.